Alright, hi everyone, and welcome to TWF, Rampage, or, Ram Through. As I, Mike Lane, here with Tony Schiavone and with James E. Cornett. And today on Rampage, or Ram Through, we're going to see the TWF hard middle winnings here today. On Rampage or Ram Through, Mike Lane says. That's right, Tony Schiavone says. We're going to see the TWF hard middle winnings here today on Rampage or Ram Through, held by Autolycus, the King of Thieves. I'll tell you right now, Mike and Tony, I've never been a big follower of hard middle wrestling, either in ECW or in WCW or in WWF, WWE, or even in TNA, IW, GSW, IW, TNA, W, or even in MAC, WC, WCW, or in CWC, WF, WWF, WWE. So don't think I'm going to say a lot of good things about it. And I'm not a big follower of it either in MLW, NWA, OVW, AW, or ROH, the offshoot, or XPW, ZCW, GCW, or AAA, LU, or WWC. Well, I can tell I can tell Mike Lane says that you believe that now skilled wrestling isn't as good as the skilled wrestling in the past. Mike Lane says, nah. Tony Schiavone said James E. Cornett believes the old ways are the great ways, and if any wrestling business owner or booker or showrunner offshoots to the WWE, the WFW way of doing things, then they're in the wrong. Oh no, James E. Cornett said, I didn't say that everyone was wrong for everything I did. I mean, there were some folks in the wrestling business that should have never been in it, that didn't understand it, and either made everyone be ashamed to be in it, or took all the fun away from it. Like shitheads, like Kevin Dunn, or Vince Russo, or, Red Ferrara, or Mark Malcolm. Alright, so, or Jim Hurd, or Dixie Carter. Alright, yeah, we heard you got a long list of folks you don't like. Got a long list of folks I don't like, James E. Cornett says. Alright, I, Autolycus, the King of Thieves, and I know that TWF, Toy Wrestling Forever, got started up, and they're borrowing, Jack and Mattel, the V dolls, whatever, WCW, ECW, Toy Biz dolls, whatever. They're borrowing them. They're putting them back downstairs when they're done with them, because we put some of our dolls downstairs to make some room in this room. But no way does that mean that we have either given up or yielded or forsaken on any of those dolls that happen to be down there. But today, I'm the hard middle fighter, and I'm daring someone to take the TWF hard middle winnings away from me, which is beloved by some and hated by others. Shit. So I wonder if someone's going to take me up on that dare or not. Hey, look. It's Rey Mysterio or some wrestler, Dragon Lee or some wrestler made by Toy Biz in 9 between 99 YL. When you got the first Bill Goldberg doll that came with him. And we got doubles of that, Mike Lane says. Yes, we do, Tony Schiavone said. Yeah, we got doubles of that. Mike and And Tony, at the end of the day, there's only one James Cornette doll ever made, and that was made by Jax in between 98 YL. You know? Well, yeah, well, I'm thinking, Autolycus, the King of Thieves, that you say you're so good, you know, at beating everyone, and you think you're so good, you know, and you're daring someone to take the hard middle winnings off you. Well, guess what? I'll be that man. Well, this is for the TWF hard middle winnings. First, he is, I don't know, the hidden overstar, or the hidden wrestler, hidden fighter. And he is the TWF hard middle fighter, Autolycus, the King of Thieves. First off, Mike Lane says, sorry. No, we didn't start out the film by coughing. We had one burp in there. And Autolycus hitting him with that dagger, or whatever, that blade he got in his hand. You know. And we know Autolycus came to the TWF a long time ago in his first run from Ames back in the day. And his two-diff run in the TWF started when he got bought from Amazon or Strong Woman, Mike Lane said. What's not pointed out, Tony Schiavone said, that it's over sticky ooze is keeping that one blade in Autolycus's left or right hand. If not, it'd keep falling off all the time. Autolycus toking him down again. Well, I can tell you one thing, James the Cornette said, a double standard, because that over sticky ooze could keep Faith's leg on, keep Sailor Moon's things on, but it couldn't keep the King's head on. And sadly, well, unless we had film, sticky film, the only way God Jorah's going to kept his tail on, James the Cornette says. And what kind of ring name is the hidden overstar, or the hidden wrestler, or the hidden fighter? Some bullshit, you know, sports glee thing. James the Cornette says, I don't know what kind of ring name that is. Mike Lane said, I don't think it's a bullshit sports glee thing or a bullshit skilled wrestling thing. I think it's a skilled wrestling thing. Oh! And right now, Autolycus, the King of Thieves, Mike Lane says, the hard middle winnings was the only thing he never stole. You know? Autolycus, now the Autolycus Stunner, down on the hidden overstar, or wrestler, or fighter, or sports gleeman, Mike Lane says. And Tony Schiavone said, don't forget, Autolycus still has those other seats, those other Jack and Mattel seats there, that he's hitting him with, Tony Schiavone says. Well, here it comes. Autolycus got him. Oh! Looks like it's over here. Yeah. Put that man out of his achefulness right now. Jamesy Cornette says, so we can end this bullshit of a skilled wrestling match. No, nothing against Autolycus or this wrestler, fighter, whoever he happens to be. Jamesy Cornette says, 1, 2, 3. Ding ding ding. Here is your winner. Here is your winner. And still a TWF hard middle fighter, Autolycus, the King of Thieves. Well, Autolycus gets off of him. And Mike Lane says, so now the hard middle winnings, you know, is on stake, you know, here today. You know, was on stake here today on Rampage or Ram Through. And as you know, Mike Lane says Aiden English is still missing, and there's nothing we can do about it. But we did have a good match between Autolycus and whoever that wrestler or fighter was. You're right, Mike Lane. We had a good match between Autolycus, the King of Thieves, and whoever that wrestler, fighter, overstar, sports gleeman was, Tony Schiavone says. I tell you right now, Mike and Lane, the worstest slight you could ever give to someone in the skilled wrestling business is not to call them a skilled wrestler, or not to call them a skilled fighter, to call them an overstar, or a sports gleeman, or a sports gleewoman. James E. Cornette says, first off, Mike Lane said, only you would see being called an overstar, or a sports gleesman, or a sports gleewoman as a slight. Other folks might not see being called a wrestler, fighter, overstar, being called an overstar, or a sports gleeman, or a sports gleewoman as a slight. Yeah, only you would think that, Tony Schiavone says, and WWE still calls their wrestlers overstars, and have been calling them that since 9 between 82 YL. Remember, the other wrestling business called them wrestlers or fighters or whatever they call them. WWE has been the word skilled wrestler and skilled wrestling has come back into WWE's word stock again, starting in 2023 YL, and this time they're here to keep. And I heard Tony Schiavone said that WWE is shifting away from sports glee to skilled wrestling. Well, Mike Lane said whatever WWE is or is not doing, whatever AEW is or is not doing, skilled wrestling is still here. Yeah, it could be true about that, Mike and Tony. You could be true about that. I just don't really think it would have been cool, watching someone from Heracles and Xena, beat up on some unknown wrestler, unknown fighter. That's what Autolycus did. Well, we'll take it away, Jonathan Coachman. Thank you, Mike Lane and Tony Schiavone. I'm going to be talking with Autolycus, the King of Thieves, here today on Rampage or Ramfru. Alright, first off, Autolycus, good work once again. You're still the TWF hard middle fighter. Yes, I am, Jonathan Coachman. At the end of the day, I'm still the TWF hard middle fighter. And I know the hard middle winnings might not be the beloved of all straps or winnings in the skilled wrestling business. And I know that WWE did away with theirs, 22, 23, soon to be 23 years ago. And I know that OVW brought theirs back. But as far as any other wrestling business having one, they're very far and in between unless you think of DDT, and that's it. But anyway, the TWF hard middle winnings has been here since what? 9 between 98 YL, 9 between 99 YL, whatever. But anyway, it outlived the WWF WWE one, the WCW one, the first offshoot of the OVW one, the 2-diff offshoot of the OVW one. But at the end of the day, I'm happy to be the TWF hard middle fighter. Yes, you are, Autolycus. It was one of the very few things you never stole. But you're right. I didn't steal the TWF hard middle winnings. It was one of the things I didn't steal, Jonathan Coachman. Well, that's my talk with Autolycus, the King of Thieves. Back to you, Mike Lane and Tony Schiavone. Thank you, Jonathan Coachman, for talking with... Thank you for talking, with Autolycus, the King of Thieves, here today on Rampage or Ramfru. And that's all the time we got it for Rampage or Ramfru. I, Mike Lane, Tony Schiavone, James E. Cornette, we hope you like Rampage or Ramfru, and we'll see you tomorrow for Collision or Hit.